cases that have been assigned to various division judges. And we are going to see what is the status of these cases, whether individuals would like to resolve the matter today by accepting a plea offer from the prosecutor, or whether they would like to enter a not guilty plea and reset the case for trial, or whether they are seeking a different type of issue like filing a motion to dismiss, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. If you are a defendant present in the courtroom in G33, or whether you're a defendant appearing on Zoom, please remember that you have a right to remain silent about the facts and circumstances of your case. Anything that you choose to say in open court, whether it's on Zoom or in the courtroom, your statements can and will be used against you. You have a right to an attorney if you cannot afford one. We will appoint a public defense counsel to represent you. At this juncture of most of your cases, I hope that all of you have already consulted with the public defender's office to see if you qualify and hopefully have representation. Let's start with my final plea calendar. I've got a couple over here. Is Kadarius Walthall present?
Yes.
All right. Mr. Walthall, your attorney is Maureen McLeod. All right. Ms. McLeod, I do see you on Zoom.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. And how are we proceeding with Mr. Walthall? He's present in the courtroom.
This is going to go to trial, Your Honor. We
Okay.
have had an offer from the state, but my client has rejected it.
And do you know if this case has been arraigned or Ms. Waldron?
It has.
It has been arraigned?
That was my understanding at the point when I came in, but I'm happy to file a waiver of arraignment if it hasn't.
Okay. Let me just go ahead and take a quick peek. Come on. All right, the waiver was filed on August 30th, 2021. All right, Ms. McLeod, this case is going to be further notice for trial. Mr. Walthall, I understand that you've rejected the state's plea offer, so this case is going to be reset for a jury trial. It will be reset with the division judge. Please make sure that the address is current with us at all times. And your attorney and you will be expected to be in the courtroom in person at your next appearance. You're free to go. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. That concludes my business before the court today. May I be excused?
Yes, so just give me one, two. Yes, you are. Thank you so much, Ms. McLeod. You have a great weekend. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Dennis Murphy, you have a case Keith Hans Miller here on a motions matter.
That's going to be pleased morning. I'm believing Mr. Miller spoke to him. He's well. I have okay.
Okay, thank you. On our another final plea calendar, let's begin with Rashonda Bracey, Miss Christy Gladden. This was reset for an
Yes.
in-person only.
Oh, I'm sorry, Judge.
All right.
The notice came to say Zoom. Let me turn on my camera.
Where's Rashonda Bracey?
She should be here somewhere.
She's on Zoom, Your Honor. Good morning.
Good morning. Okay, there she is. I can see the top of her head, I think, or.
Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah. But
All right. Miss Gladden, do you want a moment to speak with the prosecutor in this case?
Yes, I would like a moment because I've had several different offers in this case, and I would like just a quick moment to speak with her, if that's okay.
All right. Miss Bracy, go to your closet and put on a jacket. A blanket doesn't help. Go to the closet and get something to put on
Okay,
and take your cap off.
okay.
All right, go ahead. Go do it now. And Miss Gladden, it's good to see you looking much, much better.
Oh, I was so sick, Judge. Thank you.
I
for-
know it was a very unhealthy
It
shade
was-
of green. So, all
Yeah.
right, good to see you, hale and hearty. You're back with the wool. One is Kenya Davis. There you are, Miss Davis. Good morning. And your attorney is Julie Kurt. And this is going to be a plea, so I'm going to hold on Miss Kurt, okay?
Yep.
Shaka Foreman. Good morning. Okay. Shaka Foreman, not here yet, okay?
Completed 50 hours of community service, and had to pay something towards restitution.
Right, she was reset today to make sure that she has complied everything with diversion, so unless diversion confirms it.
That version sitting right
I'm sorry, can she
Oh,
speak?
hey.
Can you turn the mic on? I can't hear you.
Oh, I'm sorry, I was talking about position 3,
Oh, I
Shaka
can hear you, Your
Dion.
Honor. I couldn't hear who was talking.
Oh, Miss Rachel Jenks.
Oh, okay.
She was, so we're just trying to find out where Miss Foreman is and whether she's completed her diversion.
She still
So-
has been paying the restitution as it has not been completely paid off yet. It has not been paid off yet.
All right, well, she was supposed to be here in person, so question mark. Next one, Grady Jones, Grady Perry Jones. Mr. Jones is on Zoom. And diversion, has Mr. Jones, how is he doing on diversion?
You want to give me a second, I can look up those cases to give a status on them.
Okay. Mr. Jones, do you have a status? You can unmute? You're supposed to be doing your classes, right? All right, now I've let you appear via Zoom, Mr. Jones, and I expect that, oh, there we go. Now I can hear you.
Okay, thank you.
All right, sir. How are we doing in those classes?
I have completed 8 in a row satisfactorily, and I have 16 more to go.
Right. If you mute your screen, as soon as I get some feedback from our diversion representative, I will release you. Okay, and I'll give you a new court date as well.
Okay, I
All right.
have the version report.
All right, I understand, sir. Mr. Jones, please be patient with me.
Yes, ma'am.
It's a Friday. I move a
Yes.
little slower. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Waikithia Chandrika Moore.
Yes, Judge. We also represent Miss Moore. My understanding is she paid the diversion fee and completed her community service. That was already forwarded to the solicitor's office. And I believe she only had the Civics Academy to complete. I'm not sure what the status is on that.
All right, so we will, it's been null pros
Oh,
already?
it has been? Oh, perfect. Fantastic. Thank you. And that's been filed in Odyssey already?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
All right, it is
As of
closed.
September 18th, it was filed.
All
Thank
right,
you so much.
just recently. Okay, thank you. Juarez Nelson,
Also, our case.
there he
Judge-
is, he's present, that's good.
Good morning, sir. He has paid the $250 program fee and completed and shown proof of his 20 hours of community service. Did you complete your theft course, sir? Okay, is diversion aware of that? Is there a null process on that case?
As soon as diversion logs in, they'll be able to give us an update of the cases. Okay, all right, Mr. Nelson, I just need to get confirmation from diversion that you're done, and then we can address your case. What about Norberto Rivera? Has he completed it?
His case was closed September 11th, Your Honor.
All right,
He did
Mr.
complete-
Rivera, you are done. Case closed. You've completed everything. Can you please tell your father that?
When was the null process filed? I'll try to,
I have a completion of September 11th.
thanks.
All right, thank you very much. Stay out of trouble. Hope I never see you again. That you can tell him too.
Oh.
Bye-bye. Ms. Gethier, will you be sending a null pros on this matter? Or you've
For
already
Mr.
closed it
Rivera?
up? Yeah,
I thought that it had, I would double check. I thought that one was sent.
Oh, it's filed. Okay, just checking. Thank you. Rashawn Thornton,
Is he here, Mr. Thornton?
Rashawn Thornton?
We
No?
had some trouble getting a hold of him, Judge. I know, Ms. Helen had his case prior to today. Is there an update from diversion? You have it? Okay.
Right. Dominic Whitehead, Dominic Whitehead,
I'm sending it now.
I've got a note here, successfully completed diversion. That's Mr. Murphy's client?
Mr. Whitehead, yes, he completed diversion September 11th. His case was dismissed.
Okay, thank you. And Delmekia Woodruff. Delmekia Woodruff.
Her case was null pros August 23rd, Your Honor.
All right, perfect. So the ones that we're waiting on is Rashonda Bracy. Kenya Davis, we're gonna take a plea as soon as Mr. Murphy is back in the courtroom. Oh, I'm sorry, Miss Julie Kurt.
Yes, and I can be placed in the breakout with Miss Gladden.
Okay,
That would be great. Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Glanville, you hosting?
Me? I'm
No,
sorry.
no, I'm Mr.
Oh, okay.
Glanville. Is Mr. Murphy available? Is he outside?
I believe he's speaking with Mr. Miller. Not sure. I think
Okay.
he might have. Because he came.
Yeah, counsel, did you have a question about a case?
We're supposed to be on the add-on calendar for today.
Well, I've called all my cases. Do you have your case number?
It's I believe, Your Honor, it is 24CR002584.
2584.
Ruben's printers.
All right, Mr. Glanville, oh, are they already in a breakout? Great, okay. All right,
Yes,
folks.
Your Honor, they're in the breakout.
All right, Mr. Jones, just hang tight. I'll go find out your status and then I'll release you. Please hold.
completed 8 out of 24. His diversion fee, so he's on track for the
Okay.
24 weekend.
And when should I reset his case? Because it's going to go back to division.
Yes, sir. So he has 16 more weeks left. But my math is correct. It's about what is it, about 4 months?
No, he's done, how many classes? 8, right?
Yes.
And there are 24 classes. Yeah,
It's about 4 months. from now.
okay.
He should be complete.
So
And
Judge, will these be reset in division then?
yeah, because
okay,
this
so
is one
this-
of, they were at the tail end of ORCA calendars.
Yeah.
Who's the division judge for this case?
Edie.
so yeah.
Edie? All right. All right, Ms. Smith, whenever you're ready. You need to. All right, Mr. Grady Jones?
Yes, ma'am.
So they have confirmed that you have done 8 classes. Your case is going to go back to Judge Fred Edie.
Okay,
And we will send an email to the Judge Edie's case manager to reset your case for another compliance date. And we're probably going to reset it out 120 days.
okay,
That's about 4 months. So we anticipate you should have completed your classes by then.
yes,
The
ma'am.
only thing you would need to report is that you've completed all your classes.
Very good.
All right?
Yes, ma'am.
So you've got that information, Judge Fred Edie,
Yes.
EADY.
Yes, ma'am, I have it all.
All right, reset 120 days for compliance and completion. That's the only thing left. You have paid your diversion fee and you are on track with your classes.
Very good. Yes, I am. I'll complete them for you.
All right, Mr. Jones, you have a good weekend then. Thank you. You're free to
Very
go.
good. You too.
All right, that was 21 CR 6176Y. Are we ready to take the plea for Mr. Rubens? All right.
You know, the paperwork.
Were you guys able to check on this, Mason?
Essence, you have the paperwork for Mr. Rubens?
This, I believe this one.
Yeah. The one that you were making a copy?
You have proof that you can do your check.
Right. Mr. Kassab? And Mr. Rubens, if you'd like to come forward, please. Oh, hang on, this is Keith Miller. Miller. Do we have Mr. Rubens' paperwork? Please hold, Mr. Kassab. I thought I had your client's paperwork. I have Mr. Miller's. Oh, you still have it. Okay, go ahead. You're on deck then. Mr. Murphy, are we ready with your client?
Judge, he's in the restaurant.
All right. I feel like a conductor waiting to start the symphony, but you know, the lighting is still not right. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I have it right here. Yeah, that's good. And I'll go ahead and sign these. considered a null cause in that case on today.
All right, this was position number 6, correct?
Correct.
All right. Mr. Nelson, your case is going to be dismissed. You are free to go.
Congratulations, Dan.
Congratulations.
Okay. Thank you, Judge.
Mr. Spisman,
Judge, how are you?
fine, thank you. You're a glutton for punishment, aren't you?
Keep coming back.
I know, like a boomerang. Ms. Carter, we're just waiting for the pleas to begin. I think the attorneys are still hammering out fine tune the details.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you. Waldrop, are you the prosecutor for Mr. Miller?
I am sure.
Okay,
We're ready.
all right, thank you. Ms. Carter, we're going to proceed with our first plea.
Okay, if they could have their microphones on and state their names, please.
Okay.
Miller.
Dennis Murphy for the defendant.
Angela Walter for the state judge.
I think you'll need to bring your microphone closer to your
Yes.
area. Perfect, all right. And it's Angela Waldrop for the Solicitor General's office.
Yes.
All right. Okay, good morning. This is Judge Jesse Law. We are addressing case 20 CR 0030826, State versus Keith Miller. Mr. Miller is present with his attorney, Mr. Dennis Murphy. Mr. Miller has been advised of his rights, and we're going to proceed with the plea hearing. For purposes of the plea, Mr. Miller, may I place you under oath? Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you provide will be the truth to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. Ms. Waldrop, what is the recommendation for this case?
Yes, Judge. Mr. Miller is pleading to one count of reckless driving. the driving on the wrong side of the roadway will merge into that count. We did agree on a sentence of 12 months, credit for time served, or excuse me, served 24 hours, credit for time served of 1 day with the balance on probation. For Mr. Miller to pay a $400 fine, complete 40 hours of community service, risk reduction, and alcohol and drug evaluation and any treatment deemed necessary, as well as a victim impact panel. We did agree that the probation would be the full term of 12 months. I don't have an objection to the non-reporting that defense counsel will request. And counsel, do you stipulate to a factual basis, venue, and identification for purposes of the plea?
We do.
Nothing further from the state judge.
That's fine.
Judge, I would only say for a housekeeping matter, the case number ended in G like Gregory, not 6.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Thank you. Okay.
But
And
this,
I'll null across the remaining counts, Judge. I'll get that over to the court.
Okay.
Okay.
I was wondering why there were so many numbers. Okay, there you go.
yes.
That's a G. Okay.
This was a negotiated plea. Judge will ask that you accept the recommendation as
And
outlined.
I'm going to make it non-reporting once all the conditions are completed and the fees are paid. Is that what you were seeking also, Mr. Murphy, for Mr. Miller?
We were just asking that you would allow the option of non-reporting after 6. Complete, provided everything was,
Yeah, that's exactly what I said.
okay, yeah,
No-
Judge.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
All right, Mr. Miller, have you consumed any medicine or alcohol recently?
No, ma'am.
And have you understood what's been going on in your case?
Yes, ma'am.
You understand that your original charge has now been reduced to a reckless driving.
Yes, ma'am.
And if you're pleading guilty to that, that would add 6 points to your driving history. Are you aware of that?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Mr. Miller, are you satisfied with your legal services?
Very much, ma'am.
And are you entering this plea freely, willingly, and knowingly?
Yes, ma'am.
If you decide to enter such a plea, you would have to give up your constitutional right to a trial. You will not get the opportunity to challenge the charges in the court of law, to confront your accuser, have the assistance of counsel to present your arguments and defenses, and have the state carry its burden to prove the original charges against you beyond a reasonable doubt. Are you prepared to give up these rights?
Yes, ma'am.
How do you plead to 1 count of reckless driving?
Guilty.
Your sentence is going to be 12 months to serve 1 day, credit for time served 1 day. That completes your jail time. The remainder of the time will be served on probation. You will report to probation next Thursday, which is going to be the 24th of September.
Yes, ma'am.
All right? Am I right? Oh, did I get the date wrong? Just want to be sure. I did get the date wrong. It's the 26th of September.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so Thursday, September 26th, before 3 p.m. And once you report to probation, you will continue to report to probation once a month. Probation is located at 132 Mitchell Street in downtown Atlanta.
Yes, ma'am.
While you're on probation, you will pay a $400 fine, and you will need to make a minimum payment of $40 a month. Minimum payment. You can pay it all off at the same time, but if
Yes,
you.
ma'am.
All right. And you will also need to do 40 hours of community service, and you will need to do a minimum of 5 hours per month and 5 hours every month thereafter. I set these minimum amounts just to make sure folks complete all their requirements within the stipulated probation period, okay? Now, if you are able to complete them much faster, all the better for you, all right? You need to complete a risk reduction class and enroll in an alcohol and drug evaluation and submit to any required treatment or counseling as prescribed by the evaluator. You will also need to attend and complete 1 victim impact panel. Once you complete all these conditions and your probation fees are up to date, your probation will then be non-reporting. By non-reporting means that you don't have to show up in person once a month, and you won't have to continue paying probation fees.
Yes, ma'am.
All right? Do you have any questions to ask of your attorney with regards to probation?
No, Your Honor.
All right, then that completes the sentence. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge. And we've submitted the probation information sheet as well, Judge.
All right, thank you, Mr. Murphy. If there's nothing else, you and Mr. Miller are free to go. Thank you. All right, Ms. Davis, any updates on Ms. Kurt?
She has someone coming in for her, Miss Andrea Clark.
Okay.
Here in 10 minutes.
All right, perfect. Thank you. Okay, Mr. Kassab, we're still dealing.
The paperwork's done. Are we done with that one?
Yep, I'm following it down.
All right, we're all filed down now as well, yeah.
All right. That's Mr. Rubens, right? Ruben Printem?
Well, we can just say, do you stipulate? Okay. Should be good.
If you are ready, Mr. Kassab, I can take this plea. Mr. Printemps, if you please come forward to the podium. There we go. Oh, Mr. Miller. Good morning. This is case 24 CR 002-584Y, State of Georgia versus Rubens Printemps. Do both end in an S?
It's a S, yes. Yes.
Both of them?
Yes.
Rubens and Printemps?
Yes.
Okay, just want to be sure. Mr. Printemps is present with his attorney, Mr. Joseph Kassab. Mr. Printemps, I'm not sure, but I just want to reiterate, you have a right to remain silent. Anything you say in open court, your statements can and will be used against you. You have a right to an attorney, and Mr. Kassab will be representing you. You were originally accused of driving under the influence of alcohol, less safe, in possession of an open alcohol container. Today, we are going to commence with a negotiated plea hearing. May I place you under oath? Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you provide will be the truth to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, Judge.
All right. And the prosecutor for this, okay, everyone's just gonna have to announce their names for our court reporter who's on Zoom. So, Mr.
Joseph Kassab, here, I'm here with Mr. Printemps. I'm his
Right.
attorney.
Lamar Roach for the state.
And that's it. Mr. Carter, you got everyone's name?
Almost, but go ahead, I'm fine.
Almost? Who's missing?
How did the attorney spell his name?
Kassab is the last name. B like Bravo. Joseph is the first name. Thank you.
Thank you.
And Mr. Rhodes?
Yes, Your Honor. As it relates to 24 CR 002-584Y, does the defense stipulate to the facts, venue, and ID
Yes, sir.
and a factual basis for this plea?
Yes, we stipulate.
Your Honor, the negotiated plea is as follows: 100 hours of community service, a $1,000 fine, undergo a risk reduction course, state-approved drug and alcohol evaluation and treatment if treatment is recommended, and complete a victim impact panel, specifically with MAD, Mothers Against Drunk Driving. On count two, and let me state on the record that we did reduce DUI to reckless driving in this particular case, and it has been filed down. Open container has been filed down to basic rules. We're asking that on count two, that 12 months be run consecutive to count one for a total of 24 months on probation. We've agreed to no early termination, and screening will continue for the entire 24 months. Thank you, Your Honor.
Right. And I've got a note here, non-reporting after 18. What-
No, that wasn't the agreement.
The non-reporting after 18 is not the agreement. It's a total of 24 months.
Who wrote up?
Had been discussed, but we weren't able to work out that detail.
Okay. Well, and you've already stipulated, just for my comprehension, we are reducing the DUI charge to reckless driving, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and we are keeping the charge of possession of an open alcohol container.
We've amended that to basic rules.
Basic rules, okay. And now on the DUI, it's 12 months probation to serve 1 day. Did he do 1 day?
Yes, credit for time served.
Credit for time served 1 day. It's going to be $1,000 fine, risk reduction, and alcohol and drug evaluation and any treatment that's required. 1 MAD impact panel review. Is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
And I've got a note here that he cannot have any new arrests or convictions during the time of probation.
That is correct.
With regards to the basic rules, this is going to be 12 months probation consecutive to count 1. And that's the only requirement for the basic rules.
That is correct.
So he'll be on probation for up to 24 months to complete these requirements. Anything else?
Your Honor, the only other thing was 100 hours of community
Oh,
service.
that's the one I missed out. Have I missed out anything, Mr. Kassab? Mr. Rhodes?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Printance, have you consumed any medicine or alcohol recently?
No, Judge.
And have you understood how the attorneys have negotiated and curated the plea offer at the present time?
Yes, Judge.
All right. And are you satisfied with your legal services?
Yes, Judge.
Are you entering this plea willingly, knowingly, and voluntarily?
Yes, Judge.
And has your attorney discussed with you that if you decide to enter this plea, you would have to give up your constitutional right to a trial before a judge or a jury?
Yes, Judge.
You will not get the opportunity to come back to court to confront your accuser, challenge the evidence brought against you, present your own arguments, defenses, and mitigating factors if you choose to do so, and have the prosecution carry its burden to prove the original charges against you beyond a reasonable doubt. Are you prepared to give up these rights?
Yes, Judge.
And this is the final disposition of a case. There's no right to appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, Judge.
And you also understand that by pleading guilty to this particular offenses, there will be a minimum of 6 points added to your driving history.
Yes, Judge.
All right? How do you plead to 1 count of reckless driving?
Guilty.
And how do you plead to count 2 basic rules violation?
Guilty.
On the reckless driving, your sentence is 12 months to serve 1 day, credit for time served 1 day. You will report to probation, which will be next Thursday, September 26th, before 3 p.m. Is that a problem?
No.
Okay. Probation office is located downtown, 132 Mitchell Street in downtown Atlanta.
Okay.
Your attorney is filling out the probation form and you'll get a copy of it with all the details where it is and so forth. While you're on probation, you will complete 100 hours of voluntary community service. So because it's 100 hours, you're going to have to do I want you to complete most of it in the first 12 months. So I'm going to require you to do a minimum of 10 hours per month. You can do more if you want to, but there's a minimum requirement of 10 hours per month. You're also required to pay $1,000 fine, and you're going to have to pay a minimum of $100 per month. All right? This will be in addition to your probation fees. While probation also, you will complete a risk reduction program, and that must be done within the first 6 months of probation. An alcohol and drug evaluation, and submit yourself to any treatment that's required. Attend and complete 1 MAD victim impact panel program. And you're also not allowed, well, as a condition to probation, which is typically standard, is that you're not supposed to be arrested or get into any other trouble with the law while you are on probation. I believe that completes for count 1. For count 2, this will be 12 months of probation consecutive to count 1, which means in completion, your probation will be up to 24 months. All right? Any questions?
No, Judge.
Mr. Kassab, we good?
We're good. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Did you hear that from, people?
We have an announcement on Rashonda Bracy when the court is ready.
Yes.
Ms. Gladden and I have spoken. Her client would like a trial, Your Honor.
Okay. Let me just make sure the case has been arraigned.
And also, as I believe Ms. Aisha Stewart, the victim, is in person.
Aisha Stewart, are you present here? All right.
Yeah, you know, she's on Zoom.
She's here.
Did you already get the DocuSign paperwork?
So, but Julie told me that she's been.
Okay.
Should already have, she completed it.
Okay, so the court then should have it, it goes automatically to the court, so we'll check with the court.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Looks like counsel filed a waiver of arraignment on April 4th, 2021. Okay, I've got the plea paperwork over here, so I'm going to just basically dispose of this. And Miss Bracy, is she back on Zoom? Miss Rashonda Bracy, please unmute and start your video. All right, Miss Bracy, your attorney has announced that there won't be a plea in this matter, so your case is going to be reset to the division judge for a jury trial. From this point onwards, even though if you get a notice for the Zoom link, you're required to be in the courtroom in person. No more Zoom appearances. Do you understand, Mr. Bracy? You need to unmute. All right, her audio is off. Well, please advise her that from this point onwards, Ms. Gladden? Ms. Gladden, I'm sorry. Oh dear.
Ms. Gladden, you're on mute.
Sounds like she's on a phone call. Ms. Gladden, can you hear me?
Okay, Judge, can you hear
Yes.
me?
Yes.
Okay. Her mute was on my phone too, so I just wanted to let you know that she understood.
All right. As long as she understands that there are no more future Zoom appearances, and then in that case, you are both free to go.
Thank you so much, Your Honor, and have a great day.
You too. Thank you, Ms. Gladden.
And Your Honor, on that case, if I
And
may,
Your Honor,
Oh, just 1 second, Ms. Gladden.
Miss
Yes, Ms.
Aisha Stewart, who I believe is the victim on this case, is present. I just wanted to release her, and if you have any questions, you can stick around and ask me or reach out to our office.
I'm gonna stick around.
Okay,
I mean.
give me one.
Ms. Stewart, this case is going to go to trial. All right, so which means that you need to keep in communication with the prosecutor's office so that they can advise you of when you need to come back to court and appear as a witness. All right, thank you.
and I just want to thank Your Honor for allowing me when I was sick last time to not appear because I was very sick.
Yes, we all
And
saw
you would
that.
not have wanted to see me. in my
It was
present.
interesting, but I needed to verify that since I didn't have anything in writing. So I understood, but I apologize that you had to appear. But it's good to see you hale and hearty and a very healthy shade of pink. So you have a great
Thank you,
weekend.
Judge.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Ms. Clark and Ms. Davis? All right, thank you for being here. We ready to move forward with the plea for Kenya Davis? All right, Ms. Carter, this is going to be position number 2 on our add-on final plea calendar.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. The client wants to ask some question. I'm sitting in for Ms. Kirk.
Oh, go ahead, step outside if you want to talk, and then just let me know when you're ready. All right, while we're waiting for Ms. Kenya Davis's case, did you have any announcements, Ms. Kathia?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Oh, Ms. Gladden, you're still unmuted. If you want to leave the Zoom, we can remove you from, Mr. Glanville, you can remove Christy.
That would be great, Judge. Thank you.
All right, just want to be sure.
Were the other two diversion cases addressed? Mr. Nelson and Mr. Thornton, were their cases addressed while I was in a breakout or no?
Yeah, on position 6, Quarez Nelson was null prost. And what was the other one? Mr. Thornton?
Mr. Thornton?
We don't know yet.
Yes,
Okay.
Your Honor, I do have an update on Mr. Thornton. He has paid his diversion fee. He just has one course to complete. He's not completed that course as of yet. So we're going to reach out to him today to see if he could get that done by next week.
We'd ask that he remain on a compliance calendar and I guess be moved to division judge.
All right, Mr. Rhodes, this case is going to be reset for compliance with the division judge. He was reset, he was required to come down here in person and to show the status of diversion. So he's not here. I don't know where he is, but if you're not asking for a bench warrant, who am I to arrest this person? So,
We'll give him one more week, Judge. We're
Yeah, I
gonna,
appreciate that, Judge.
we'll
I'm
make
gonna
sure and
reach
do
out
a
to
TLL
Steve.
search.
all right, just FYI, okay. All right, so that's reset to division for compliance.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay, and then the only other matter on my calendar is Shaka Foreman.
Shaka Foreman is in the diversion program and has outstanding restitution. He has started on the restitution, but I'm showing that he still has, I believe it's
$64.48.
$564.48 to pay in restitution.
Mr. Rhodes, same announcement, case was reset from September 6th for him to appear in person, or for her to appear in person to give us the status. Shaka Dion Foreman, are you on Zoom? So y'all decide what you want to do.
Your Honor, he has a completed course and has paid his actual fee, and she started on the restitution, so we just asked it to be reset for compliance in Judge Edie's division.
Okay,
Thank you, Judge.
reset to division for compliance. Okay.
That-
Then let's address Ms. Kenya Emmanuel Davis. Ms. Davis is position 2 on our add-on final plea calendar, 20-006-789A. Ms. Davis, you've been advised of your rights, and we are here to address a negotiated plea. For purposes for the benefit of our court reporter, I'm going to let each party announce their name into the microphone. Judge Lal presiding.
Andrea Clark, Defense Counsel, standing for Julie Kurt. Kenya Davis.
And who's, Mr. Rhodes, are you prosecuting this
Ms.
plea?
Githia.
Ms. Githia.
I am, yes.
All right, Ms. Carter, the prosecutor is Sarita Githia, and she's on Zoom. Okay, so Ms. Davis, for purposes of the plea, may I place you under oath? Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you provide will be the truth to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, I do.
All right. Ms. Githia, what is the recommendation for this case?
Your Honor, the DUI alcohol less safe is going to be amended to reckless driving. It's 12 months probation to pay a $500 fine, 40 hours of community service, alcohol drug evaluation and any required treatment, to do the risk reduction program, 1 victim impact panel, and the remaining charges is the DUI alcohol per se, the speeding, driving on roadway lane for traffic, and failure to obey traffic signs, signals, and markings will be no cost. Does the defense stipulate to the facts, venue, and ID?
We so stipulate.
Nothing further, Your Honor.
All right. Ms. Davis, have you consumed any medicine or alcohol?
No, I have not.
And have you understood what's been going on in your case so far?
Yes,
Are you satisfied with your legal services?
I am.
And are you entering this plea freely, willingly, and voluntarily?
Yes,
And you understand that by pleading guilty to reckless driving, that will add points to your driving history?
yes,
And has it been explained to you that you'll also have to waive your constitutional right to a trial?
yes,
You will not get a chance to confront your accuser, challenge the evidence that may be brought before you, present your own defenses and arguments, and have the state try to prove the original charges against you beyond a reasonable doubt.
yes.
Are you prepared to waive these charges?
I am.
How do you plead to 1 count of reckless driving?
Guilty.
Your sentence is 12 months to serve 1 day, credit for time served 1 day.
What's your-
The remainder of the time, you'll be on probation. You will report to the Fulton County Probation next Thursday, September 26th, before 3 p.m. Have you filled out the probation form yet?
No, not.
We'll give
Okay.
you a clipboard to fill out that form. The probation office is located at 132 Mitchell Street in downtown Atlanta, and you will report once a month until all the conditions are completed. And then after that, your probation will be non-reporting. Okay? The sooner you're done with the conditions, the better, because you save yourself the money on probation fees. Go ahead, Ms. Clark.
So question for you, Your Honor. If she's prepared to pay today and she's fulfilled all the requirements, I know she would still have to meet with probation, but would it be possible for it to terminate?
Well, let's see. Has she done the 40 hours community service?
Yeah, she's done, according to counsel, she's done everything which she will prove and submit to probation next week.
Ms. Githia, do you have these completions?
I do not, let me look them up to see if I have them. Hold on.
So if Ms. Githia is satisfied that all these conditions are done, then that's fine. But what I'm going to do right now is require her to report on Thursday, September 26th. I'm going to waive her probation fees for her first month. If she pays off the $500 fine and all these conditions are before she goes to probation.
Mhm.
So when she shows up for probation and she shows the payment of the $500 fine, the completion of the 40 hours of community service, she's already completed an alcohol and drug evaluation, done a risk reduction program, and attended and completed one victim impact panel, then Ms. Githia, would you like it to be non-reporting or termination?
I will look that up as well, and I'm not seeing anything as far as.
No, she's going to report next week
Okay.
and show that to probation. If
Okay.
probation is satisfied that she's completed all these conditions, do you have any objection to termination?
In just one moment, Your Honor. No objection, Your Honor.
All right. If probation checks marks the list and everything is done, and the first month of probation fees are waived, then probation will terminate.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Now, all the other charges, counts 3, 4, and 5 are null prost. That completes the sentence. Thank
Your
you.
Honor.
As soon as you're done with the probation form, you're both free to go.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you. Have a good day.
You too.
And Your Honor, just an update on Mr. Juarez Nelson. He's holding for a null pros, and I spoke with Lamar Sakani of our diversion division, has sent that over, so the court should have it. He's on the final plea calendar.
Let's see if I got it, and I'll print it out.
All right.
I'm sorry, what's his name?
Juarez Nelson.
I've got a null pros on it already.
Oh, you did, okay.
That was the announcement.
Yes,
Yeah, it was.
Connie Crawford should be sending an email to Miss Essence Smith.
Can I release Mr. Nelson?
Yeah, he's all set.
Oh, okay.
You want a copy? Oh, okay, great.
Has she sent it
Also,
yet, Miss
Mr.
Smith?
Thornton is here, Judge. He was sick this morning with a stomach issue. He had to be
Oh,
blood
dear.
pressure medication, so we're working with.
This is Rashawn Thornton.
Yes.
All right. Mr. Thornton, I'm going to release you real fast. The only thing we need,
He's actually, he says that he's completed the class, so just if you can have some patience.
oh, sure,
We
no
may
problem.
want to confirm that and then get a dismissal on this.
All right.
possibly.
I'm going to keep mum and y'all tell me what you want to do in this case. Okay.
I have it here.
I'm trying to-
I wanna
This
see.
is Kenya Davis.
Nelson.
I'm not sure. It's not coming up.
I'm looking for Clark, right?
She just texted me that it was done, so it should be coming in just a second.
So he did have to do both of them.
Gives you both of them.
Yeah. It sounds like it's.
Thank you.
Don't say we were on here, so I'm not on. He did reduce the cost though.
This is Mr. Nelson's null pros.
Nelson. But he's saying he completed it, that's all.
Mr. Miller's null pros?
You could just stop.
The payment window, is it up one floor?
She needs to wait for the payment, so we gotta put it in, and it's gonna be more than just 500 because it's court costs and all that. So you have to give the litigation manager at least about 10 minutes or so that she can get in the system, so they can see when you go down.
I see, but it's upstairs, right?
It's, no,
No,
it's up,
Administration, you're gonna go up
up
the
to
second floor.
school, then down,
Yeah.
or down to ground, and then around.
Oh, yes, that's always gets so turned around over.
Everything is complete. The only thing he needs
okay.
to do is to pay for the class. He did the class, now he needs to pay the class through Operation 21. He's indicated he can do that by early part of next week.
Okay,
So-
which is the $250 payment?
It's a 125,
125, okay.
125 to Operation 21. Once he pays
Okay.
that, he'll be closed out.
Mr.
Okay.
So Ms. Jenks, Mr. Thornton's case is going to be reset for compliance with division judge. If he pays it off and prosecutors are satisfied, they will submit the null pros. And you can email the null pros to Ms. Essence and she'll forward it to me.
Will do, Your Honor.
All right.
And that completes my business. May I be excused?
Yes, Mr. Rhodes, I think you deserve a break after yesterday. Please take an early time.
Have a good one.
You too. Thank you, sir.
Upstairs. Oh. You got anything, let me know. I'm going upstairs to meet with the teammate.
Is he free to go? Is he free to go? Judge?
Yes, Mr. Thornton, please hope you feel better soon and you're free to go. Thank you. Ms. Davis is waiting for the fine. Ms. Githia, I'm just going to go over the calendar real quick.
Okay, I'm ready.
On the ORCA motions calendar, Keith Miller was a plea. On the, one of the add-on final plea calendars, Kadarius Walthall, Ms. McLeod announced that, they're going to reset the case. They want a trial, so the case is further notice for trial. On the other add-on final plea calendar, beginning with Roshonda Bracy, that's a further notice for trial. The plea was rejected. Position 2, Kenya Davis was a plea. Position 3, Shaka Foreman is reset to division for compliance. Position 4, Grady Jones is reset to division for compliance, reset 120 days. Position 5 and 6 and 7 are all null pros. That's Waikithia Moore, Juarez Nelson, and Rivera, Norberto Rivera. And position 8, Rashawn Thornton is reset to division for compliance. Position 9, Dominic Whitehead. That's a null pros, as well as Delmikia Woodruff. All right, that concludes our calendar.
Oh, and
Thank
I
you so
sent
much,
the
everyone.
null pros
At
order
10:08, darn it, okay. All
Oh,
right.
I'm sorry, I was saying the null pros order for Ms. Davis was sent to Ms. Smith, and I'm just amending the other charge, and I'm doing that right now.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, everyone, have a great weekend, and I'll see you next week.